Today, we're diving into The Knocking, a novel, Lee Bahr's haunting and surreal exploration of psychological horror. Bahr, acclaimed for her ability to blend dreamlike prose with unsettling atmosphere, delivers a novel that is both terrifying and thought-provoking, perfect for readers who crave stories where reality bends and dread lingers long after the final page. The novel begins with a protagonist whose life is disrupted by a mysterious knocking, an ordinary sound that quickly spirals into extraordinary terror. What should have been a simple annoyance becomes a descent into paranoia, resilience, and the intoxicating pull of forces beyond comprehension. Bahr wastes no time in immersing readers in a narrative where every sound carries menace, every silence reshapes destiny, and every revelation tests the limits of sanity. The title, The Knocking, is symbolic. It reflects both the literal sound that haunts the protagonist and the metaphorical idea of intrusion, how trauma invades the mind, how fear infiltrates ordinary life, and how survival itself becomes a test of courage. The protagonist is compelling, vulnerable, conflicted, and deeply human. Their journey is one of resilience as they confront betrayal, loneliness, and the intoxicating pull of despair. Readers will root for them as they face challenges that test both their courage and their grip on reality. The supporting cast adds depth and intrigue. Friends, strangers, and enigmatic figures all play roles that test loyalty and spark conflict. Bahr excels at weaving relationships that feel authentic, filled with tension, fleeting trust, and shocking revelations. The suspense is relentless. Bahr layers the narrative with shocking twists, surreal imagery, and revelations that unsettle the reader. Every rival feels formidable, every ally questionable, and the looming presence of the knocking keeps readers hooked until the final page. The pacing is cinematic and immersive. Bahr balances explosive horror sequences with quiet moments of dread, ensuring that readers are invested not only in the terror, but also in the emotional journey of the characters. The dialogue captures both the grit of survival and the vulnerability of human connection. Thematically, The Knocking explores fear, guilt, and resilience. It asks, can humanity endure the weight of intrusion? How do trauma and courage collide in the face of despair? And what happens when survival itself becomes the risk worth taking? The climax of the novel is both terrifying and emotional. Without spoiling the details, it's safe to say that the protagonist faces a confrontation that pushes them to their limits, forcing them to embrace choices that will define not only their fate, but their sanity. The resolution is satisfying yet unsettling, leaving readers with lingering questions about morality and survival. Lee Bahr's prose is sharp, evocative, and deeply unsettling. She writes with precision, painting vivid scenes that feel both real and horrifying. Her ability to blend surreal terror with human vulnerability makes The Knocking a standout in the horror genre. Reading The Knocking feels like stepping into a nightmare, chaotic, terrifying, and unforgettable. It's a novel that will resonate with anyone who loves psychological horror, anyone who has questioned the strength of courage, and anyone who craves a story that keeps them hooked from the first page to the last.